Hey, everybody. Did you like how I just did my own theme song just there? I hope you did. Jay here with a quick interruption. I don't have ads, so I'm going to advertise myself in the middle of this podcast. Why not? This is somewhere north of 300 episodes when you're listening to this. And golly gee, it has been a journey. And I appreciate you coming with me on that journey for this whole time that you've been here. Maybe you've been here from the beginning. Maybe you've been here since like an episode ago. I'm just glad you're here. But I do have to say this. We here at Blockbusting, and there's literally a we. Chorkin, come around to the other side of the camera so we can see. Look, guys, I got a staff now, all right? I got interns, okay? I got producers. I got stuff to handle here at the space that I record at and elsewhere. And I want to be able to pay these people. And I, unfortunately, do not make the kind of money to pay these people myself. And that's where I hope that you can come in by supporting the Blockbusting Patreon. Yes, that's right. We've got a Patreon. I haven't plugged it in a bit, but I'm going to start plugging it heavy now because why not? I want to pay these folks, all right? And you can support the podcast for just as low as $1 a month, all right? $1 a month goes back into the show. I'm not even paying myself. I don't care about paying myself for this podcast. I care about giving a little something back to the people who help me out because I'm getting a lot of help from people these days, and they deserve a little something for their efforts beyond just my eternal thanks and gratitude, which they're going to get anyway. So you can subscribe for $1 a month. You start getting access to bonus content from me, like I'm posting episodes of my game show Wrong that I'm doing here in Los Angeles that I'm not posting to the public. I'll start posting bonus episodes of me talking about stuff again. What's Good with Jay Light, where I just talk about what I liked that I saw on the television and the internet and stuff these days, because that's how you do for Patreon. We still have the JFlix level, the $5 tier, where you can get access to my full film, television, comedy special library. That's just $5 a month. It's cheaper than pretty much every streaming service out there, except for, I guess, Apple TV is $5 a month. And they have Severance and Ted Lasso, so you really can't go wrong there. And they got Coda. I mean, Coda, what a delight. But you know what I've got? Xanadu. And nobody else has that. Pfft, duh. I've got A Day Without a Mexican, Los Digits' least favorite movie. You listen to that episode, it's a great episode. But you just got to watch the movie, which I have on JFlix for $5 a month. I got a bunch of weird stuff. So go consider, please, subscribing to the Patreon for Blockbusting. The link is in the show notes. Or you can just go type into your little web browser right now, tippity-tap it into patreon.com/blockbusting. Again, that is patreon.com/blockbusting. And your support will go to helping me throw a little cash the way of the fine folks who help make this podcast happen. That's all I'm asking is you throw me a little something so I can throw them a little something. Okay, we're going direct because this is like thoughts and prayers with guns. Like saying thanks is only going to do so much. I want to give them cash. Okay, at least buy them a coffee or something. Patreon.com/blockbusting. You can join and support for as little as $1 a month. And that's all there is, folks. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Oh, let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good.
You should probably start because this is your show.
This is my show.
Yeah.
But I felt like that's going to be where I'm going to start from. Hi. Welcome to Blockbusting, the podcast where we love to hate the movies. I'm your host, Jay Light. The deep voiceover on the other end of the table today, it's my guest, Kyle Lehner.
Hello.
How is that? I just realized so many people I know mispronounce your name. They say Lehrer, Lehner. How do we say your last name? Put it definitive.
Well, here it is. It's Lehner. Lehner. It's like you lay.
You stay in your Lehner.
And you stay in your Lehner. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Kyle Lehner.
This is a problem that's been following me since high school, Jay. So it's no worries. It's fine. I assume if I ever make it, I probably won't, because people won't remember my name.
That's always the tricky part with being a performer.
Yeah.
There's some people who I know who, like, at open mics, they will put their name on the sign up spelled phonetically.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that they'd spelled it phonetically until I saw their name on a poster years later. And I'm like, oh, that's not their name.
That's Jorgensen.
Well, there's one, I mean, Lynn Molly is the person who, like, this is not a bad thing at all. I'm just saying, like, I wish I had known.
That's how you said her name.
But she said it, she spells it Molly whenever she signs up for stuff.
Yeah.
But then her correct spelling of the name is Maleh.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you haven't seen, that's the thing. I didn't know that until I saw it on posters.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that's how
You say it?
I didn't know.
Or you spell it?
She's doing it to dumb it down for dumb Americans, white boys like us.
Yeah.
Which, golf claps for Lynn. Appreciate it, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
Appreciate it, Lynn. Thank you so much.
Very funny, Lynn.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny. I haven't seen her in a while. Very funny.
Very funny.
Always loved her stuff. Kyle, I'm excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be here.
Kyle, I think this is the nicest building Kyle has been in perhaps a year.
Ever. Because I feel like I'm at a resort. This is like Jurassic Park before everything goes wrong. This is so nice. I mean, there's trees everywhere.
Yeah.
There's foliage everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
A lot of oxygen.
A lot of oxygen for sure. We've got a fan. We've got something dripping. Don't bang on the table. I forgot to say that before we started recording. Don't bang on the table. Okay. But also, so if anything does start shaking, it's going to be the T-Rex.
Okay.
Jurassic Park reference. Kyle.
Jay.
You pitched me a couple of ideas for movies you wanted to talk about when I asked you to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit me with a sentence that will, like, stay indelible in my memory of why somebody wanted to do a movie, which is, I mean, I want to pull it up because I don't want to mess up your great words. Let's see here. We were DMing on Instagram, so let me pull up Instagram. Okay. The new Doctor Strange was freaking foul, I'll tell ya. And so an Odyssey was kicked off for us to talk about Doctor Strange.
It is foul.
It's the Multiverse of Madness.
Foul movie. First of all, have you seen WandaVision?
No.
No. Okay, so there you go. That's a problem I have with it already.
Do you have to watch WandaVision in order to understand?
I was watching some YouTube reviews of the Doctor Strange movie, and it does require you watching WandaVision, because that's like the whole setup. Is that she has, you've seen the movie. She has these kids now.
She has these kids.
That she just manifests out of nothing. She
invented the kids.
She invents them out of her, like, because she has got this reality stone business.
She read Shakti Gawain's creative visualization and visualized children.
Exactly. And now that they're no longer in her universe, so she's trying to get them back from she's trying to steal them from a different universe.
She's trying to steal children from a different universe.
You know, it just goes because she's kind of like she's good. She's a
heroine, but then she becomes a villain
instantly. Like,
yes,
there's no. It's 0 to 100 with her, and there's no natural progression for this just tremendous evil. Mm-hmm. And it just seems a little melodramatic.
There's a lot of melodrama that is definitely at play in this movie.
Yeah.
I think also there's another thing that I didn't realize from the Marvel Cinematic Television universe. Mm-hmm. What If also has something to do with this movie.
It does?
Apparently, there's an episode where there's a multiverse that happens, and Doctor Strange. What if it's like the episode's called like What If Doctor Strange's hands worked or something dumb like that. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? There we go.
Wow.
But they have this character in that multiverse that's Strange Supreme, who at the very end of this Doctor Strange is that Doctor Strange from the TV show. But I didn't know this until I looked it up, and I was like, what else is there that I don't understand? Here's a big problem that I have with Marvel movies, Kyle. I don't like Marvel movies. And I don't like now that I also have to like do connecting the dots in order to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And I just think that there's so much more to the cinema that could happen.
Well, it's like DLCs in a video game. You have to buy expansion. You have to have Disney Plus now to understand movies that are in in major theaters, like AMC. I have to have a streaming service to understand movies that are coming out.
I have to have Disney Plus in order to understand what I see with my AMC Stubs rewards membership.
You're a Stubs You're a Stubs member?
You know I'm a Stubs member.
I should get Stubs.
You should get Stubs.
I'm in Los Angeles.
Stubs is the only reason I go see movies in theaters is because I see them for free with Stubs. You see 1 movie a month, 2 movies a month, I guess. 2 movies a month pays for itself.
Pays for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pays for itself.
How often do you go to the movies?
2 times a month, at least.
And they're never Marvel movies.
No. I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters since the Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Really?
That's the last Marvel movie I saw in theaters.
That's the last
Well, I guess,
one?
does Morbius count?
No.
Because I did an episode
No.
about Morbius.
No, it doesn't count.
I saw Morbius for free.
Good.
I love going to the AMCs around town.
Yeah.
I love gallivanting around town.
Well,
I love going to the AMC Burbank. I love going to the AMC at Americana at Brand.
I love the Americana.
I love the AMC at the Grove.
Oh, I love the Grove.
I love the AMC at Universal City Walk.
Oh, these are all great.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I had an
Century
AMC.
City 15.
That's another good one. I had AMCs when I was growing up, but then you get to Hollywood and you realize that they really give a shit. Is it okay if I swear on this?
Yeah.
They really give a shit with the movie theaters and the attention and the
You can look at me, by the way. You don't have to keep looking at
a camera. I was a terrible habit I have look at camera. Well, because I see it's on me, but I don't want to. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking into your eyes.
What if we only did the episode to the cameras that are on us the entire episode, Kyle?
I know.
What about then? Don't you see how weird this becomes?
It does get weird. Okay.
It's WandaVision. That's what
here.
happens in that television show, I think. I don't know. I've never seen WandaVision.
Well, you need to see it if you want to understand this terrible movie, even a little bit.
So here's what I understand to happen in Doctor Strange to Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange is bad now, and he is going to tear the universe apart. America Chavez is a lady who's got super multiverse powers, and Scarlet Witch is also going to tear the universe apart to get her kids back, which seems like a noble cause.
It is. If she didn't just sort of poof them into existence,
yes.
I feel like she had them for I get it. She has kids.
There's a lot of stuff. I just realized I took notes during this movie, Kyle, because I watched it in a hotel room in San Luis Obispo. So I actually was able to take notes because I didn't see it in theaters. Here's some notes that I took.
Okay.
This is the first thing I wrote down about this is, okay, this is interesting, but they are in different movies.
Yeah.
It feels like every character in this movie is in a different movie doing their own thing. There's nothing cohesive about this.
No, because they're all kind of competing for this this franchise. I feel like they're in this movie where they all have we just came off of WandaVision, where she has her own story, and now we have Doctor Strange who's had his own story and throughout all these Marvel movies.
Right.
And it's we have to just follow one thing.
Yeah.
We can't follow.
Are you a Marvel guy?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I am.
But why did you go see this movie?
I didn't. I streamed it. I streamed it at
Disney Plus.
5 a.m.
Okay. Oh, weird choice.
Well, that's the thing. This is why I hated it extra. I hated it a lot more than I probably should have, is because I binged all of WandaVision after watching What If, and then I watched at the right around the 4 a.m. marker, started watching Doctor Strange.
What day of the week were you doing this?
I think it was a Tuesday.
Boy.
It was a Tuesday.
Oh, Kyle.
And I had to get up really early the next day for something. I'm probably work or something.
So you're stress watching
yes.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
because I don't want to be left out.
Causing problems.
Well, that's my bigger problem with Marvel is now I feel out of the zeitgeist. Is that the right word?
Yes.
I feel like I'm out of the loop if I don't watch these movies and I don't have anything to talk, because I'm like a dumb guy to begin with. I don't have anything.
No opinions.
No, I don't have like
Nothing rattling around in that head. of
no.
yours.
I mean, really not. I mean, besides like comedy stuff, but I don't. This is sort of my entryway into conversations with people.
Is talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, and it's like they're very superficial judgments. They're very snap judgments. Like I don't know.
Well, they're superficial movies, so that makes sense.
You're telling me.
Nothing more superficial than a Marvel movie.
It's not. I mean, I feel like the thing that I took away from this was that it had great effects. Cool, like they're cool.
Did it?
Well, no, no, it didn't. I mean, it had like
It's
it had
got some
effects.
cool stuff. It's got. Here's what I'll say I really liked about it.
Okay.
I like that they brought Sam Raimi in because Sam Raimi is a good horror director.
Yes.
He's a good director in general. He's a really good horror director. The horror-y elements that they had in this, I really dug.
Yeah.
I think that having Doctor Strange go into the body of his corpse,
That was cool.
they did a good job with those effects.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
All the mirror dimension stuff always looks cool.
With like the puddles and the steel glasses
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, that was cool.
You know what's not cool? Bringing back our boy Professor X and then putting him in a modified PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you do that?
So stupid.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
Why did they bring him back? Also, why is John Krasinski shown up in this movie?
No, and he's very. I mean, I love John. If you're watching this,
He shows up looking concerned.
he looks very concerned.
Why is John Krasinski looking concerned all the time now?
Well, that's. I mean, when you come from The Office and you're trying to make it as a dramatic actor, you kind of have to play it. God, I really hope he's not one. You kind of have to play it one note. I think he has one note. I mean, he has the same demeanor as he did in A Quiet Place.
Yes.
He has the same face.
He's
He's like, my children are in danger.
but he's not saying anything because he can't.
Well, that was like his whole gimmick on The Office was like he was just
But that's the thing. He's looking a little smug.
yeah.
He's always like, but that can't carry you for an entire career. Like
No.
when he's in Jack Ryan, he's not doing that on Amazon Prime.
No.
I doubt. I hope. I don't know. I haven't seen Jack Ryan
I
on Amazon
haven't.
Prime.
I haven't either.
He's definitely not doing it in A Quiet Place.
No.
As soon as the monster comes in, he's not like, nope,
Nope. Yeah.
not happening.
And I don't know if I dig the beard.
It's dignified, but
a
it doesn't
dignified-
make sense.
No.
Because Reed Richards never had a beard.
Never had a beard.
Never had a beard. Fantastic Four.
No. Not once.
The stuff. Here's the thing. You remember when there's that meme? It wasn't. I don't know if it's a meme, but it was like a fake credits that leaked for Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness.
I don't do memes.
It's not. I don't think it's a meme. I don't think it counts as a meme
Well, explain.
because it's just literally like a fake credits list for Multiverse of Madness.
okay.
It's somebody tweeted it. They're like, I was at a screening and I took a picture of the credits, and oh my god, yeah, okay.
Oh, this.
This. Let's zoom in because it's unfortunately too small to read.
Yeah.
No, we're not trying to print it. We're gonna get it figured out.
One second. Yeah.
But there's a lot of crazy shit here. Yeah. Okay. So we have
Who's in this?
Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Xochitl
Wait, what?
Gomez. I'm sure I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. Rachel McAdams. But then there's also, Ben Affleck is supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Henry Cavill, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, Hugh Jackman, Sophie Turner, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence, January Jones, Nicholas Hoult, Halle Berry.
I don't know.
There's some great stuff in here. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Paul Bettany, Catherine Hahn, Ben Stiller, Kat Dennings, Tom Holland, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Cruise as Tony Stark, Lou Ferrigno and Edward Norton as the Hulk, Mahershala Ali as Blade. I mean, this is a thing, so it leaked as a fake thing, and everybody was like, oh my god, they're doing all of this. And then, sure enough, the one thing they got right was that Charles Xavier, as played by Patrick Stewart, is going to be back in the thing.
Yeah.
But even that, it's like somebody we're doing cameos now.
Yeah.
Like that's all you're going to go see a Marvel movie for is so you can be like, is Professor X in this movie? Oh my God. Yay. He is.
They're hype chasing right now. It's like, that's what they're doing. They have to keep selling these out to keep making them. So they have to keep having these like, I don't know, like these Easter eggs that they're like not paid off very well.
It just doesn't feel authentic.
No, it doesn't.
It felt, and especially because this is, I can't say anything about WandaVision, but it seems like WandaVision had like gravitas and heart and like a layer of authenticity to it. But what do you think about that?
I think, you know what, like WandaVision, she lost her husband and she's grieving and she's like, you know, coping with it. It was like a very like, I could relate to that. I can understand why somebody who has this immense power. I mean, this is so stupid because it's like they're not. Like it's, you know, keeping in the times. You understand why she's doing this, but then you don't. There was no like, oh, we're gonna throw this person in it. We're gonna throw this person in it just to kind of keep. It was her own story. I'm not saying anything right now.
No, you're saying stuff.
I don't think I am.
Keep going down this road.
This is a beautiful phone.
There's something, it seems like, I mean, we're getting to the heart of what is at WandaVision, which is like there's a character, there's a story, there's something that we care about.
Yes.
In Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, we don't really care about what happens.
You know, I don't care about America Chavez. Sorry, spoiler. I don't care about her. She's
one of many characters who we don't care about in this movie. I don't think we care about Doctor Strange, really.
I don't know if I'm supposed to care about her.
Yeah.
Like, do I care? I don't know.
Are we supposed to care?
She lost her parents.
Because her parents die in one scene.
Big whoop.
Does that...
I mean, that's everybody in Marvel.
Everybody dies in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
If you're a superhero, your parents are dead.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, tough.
Deal with it.
Tough nuts.
Deal with it.
America. I don't know.
That's America. By the way, he's speaking to America at large and America the character.
That's right.
Here. Mm-hmm. America needs to understand your parents are going to die.
Your parents are going to die. If
superhero?
You're a superhero?
No, you can't. I'm not going to be bad at you. Also, this is like Doctor Strange. I remember when I watched Doctor Strange, and I was not expecting much. The original Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And I watched, and I was like, oh, this is kind of good. There's something interesting happening here.
Yeah.
We got some cool stuff happening here. And then in this movie, I was like, cool, we're going to have more cool stuff happening. I like Doctor Strange. And then you realize Doctor Strange is not really that interesting of a character, and Benedict Cumberbatch is not that good of an actor.
No, yeah.
So it's just a combo of bad stuff.
Well, the whole like Infinity Wars or like, you know, the stones and the stuff and like bending reality, that's always been in play in like the last few movies that Marvel has done. And it's like, that's his whole gimmick, is that he can bend reality as we know it. So I've seen this movie already. I've seen these movies throughout the last couple Avenger movies.
But you didn't see it with jump scares.
Exactly. I didn't see it with a horror element to it.
You didn't see it with... This is another note that I wrote down. This movie is like... It's classic Marvel stuff where it's PG-13 violence. But this movie in particular, it's screaming to be rated R.
Yes.
There's a lot of really kind of gruesome stuff that happens in this movie.
It was freaky.
It's pretty freaky.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. But Stranger Things should not be more violent than a Marvel movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like if Stranger Things is at least like breaking people's necks and arms and legs and having blood come out of their eyes, why can't you do that too, Marvel?
Yeah.
Get with the times.
Just go with R. Make it R. Make it like make it the same level of gore that like Deadpool had, or like just go for it. Make it X-rated.
It would make sense.
Have some nudity in there. Have some nudity in Doctor Strange.
Do you want to see a nude Doctor Strange?
I would love to see a nude Doctor Strange. If we saw a dead Doctor Strange, I don't understand why we can't see a nude Doctor Strange.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We can have Doctor Strange in the mirror dimension, just staring at his dick the whole time.
Yeah, just staring at his genitalia the entire time.
Why not?
Why not?
That's a multiverse that would make me mad.
Yep.
Very stupid what we just did there.
Yeah.
Here's some stuff that I wrote. The other stuff I wrote down. There are shockingly, for me at least, some interesting creative things that happen in this movie. I think that Marvel movies, we're getting to a point now where it's hard to find like true creativity in Marvel movies. The music fight. When he's fighting Strange Supreme.
Yeah. Ugh.
You didn't like that?
No.
Oh, I thought that was the best part of the whole movie. But I also was like, this is a good idea, but it's a really weird execution.
Yeah.
Because it felt, again, like we're in a different movie from what the entire rest of the movie has been.
Yeah.
We're getting this weird, wacky comedy part.
Yeah.
Like, I know Marvel, you're going to have some weird banter happening here. Yeah. He's literally fighting with music notes. They're having this orchestral battle. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of, you like
conceptually.
Conceptually.
But I liked the concept, but I did not like the execution.
Maybe the technology's not there. I don't know.
The technology is there.
Or you think it's there?
I think the technology's there, and I think they just failed to make it a good movie. Like I know Marvel movies can be good movies.
Yeah.
I've seen good Marvel movies.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit it, I know they can be good movies.
They can be good movies. I mean, the Russo, that's who does it? The Russos?
They did
Russo.
they did the best ones.
They did the best ones. And they're
They did
good.
Avengers Infinity War.
I mean, it's like, I watch them and I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I enjoy going to watch them. And it's usually an event. I like, at least for the Avengers stuff, like I brought my friends,
I don't even know if I enjoy going to Marvel movies anymore.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. But I remember that it's an event, right? And it is a thing for like I saw Avengers in theaters. I remember that. I saw it with my friends in college. We went to, this was at Elon still. I remember we went to the movie theater and we went there and we all were hanging out and we all probably got way too high beforehand and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, wow, that movie was great. And I was like, sure.
Yeah. I was asleep.
I was asleep. I didn't tell anybody I was asleep. That's how ashamed I was that I missed out on this Marvel, like this extravaganza. But now I'm like, yeah, I fucking fell asleep during the Avengers. How about that?
Yeah. It's not that good of a movie.
It's not.
Yeah.
Infinity War, on the other hand, great.
Well, because they spent so much time setting it up, that was such a good payoff.
But I don't even think that's it. I think that they did that. It's beyond the setup for me. I think what made that movie good is you got a villain who's like got Shakespearean level drama to it.
Yeah.
And you have good writing.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, where it's just Doctor Strange being like,
Yeah.
I think you're a little silly for thinking that.
Yeah.
That's like the level of dialogue we're
He's
getting
like cat. Yeah, he's like catty. Doesn't really. Yeah, yeah. Like with Thanos, he's got like I feel so stupid talking like that. With he's got like he feels like his
Talk like Thanos. Do it right now.
Josh Brolin. Is it Groban?
Bro, that's not Josh
that's Groban.
Josh Groban as Thanos would be a very different performance.
Oh, that's a singer. That's a singer-songwriter, Josh Groban.
Yeah. Josh Groban's somebody who everybody's mom loves. Like Josh Groban and Harry Connick Jr., your mom's got at least one album of both of those guys.
Probably.
Yeah. I know my mom does. We have the Harry Connick Jr. Christmas album and the Josh Groban Christmas album. They're both on repeat every Christmas
For me,
at my mom's house.
For me, for my folks, it's Michael Bublé. We have the Christmas album.
Oh, yeah, Michael Bublé. Another one. One of those guys. One of those guys. It's a really long movie. I got a lot of problems with it. I also don't like Strange Supreme because he's giving me a lot of Jordan Peterson vibes. He's kind of talking like him.
Yeah.
I felt like Strange Supreme was going to tell regular Doctor Strange to like make your bed.
Make your
bed. You can't stop me. I'm trying to rend up a universe. Woke moralists.
Yeah.
It's cartoonish.
It is.
I think that if you're gonna try and make these movies not cartoonish and have gravitas to them, then don't do cartoony shit.
Yeah. It's just
Pick a lane.
Yeah, pick a lane. And it's, I was watching this review where it's like Wanda kind of goes psycho really, really early on, right?
Yeah.
But then you kind of the director, Sam Raimi, is asking us to sort of draw back, like come back and understand where she's coming from by having this whole like kids thing happen. Like she's like, she's not full blown psycho after she goes psycho. And it's like you have to commit to her being psycho, or else we don't like you can't yo-yo back and forth between her being relatable and her not being relatable.
Yeah.
So
I think this is also great too to talk about Infinity War, right? Mm-hmm. What I think also made Thanos good as a villain is that like he's written in such a way where you can see his point of view, right? Yeah. And in this, to some degree, Wanda is a character who you can see her point of view. You can see why she thinks the way she does. But the big difference is that Thanos has so much more like meat on the bones of what he's written to be. And I feel like in this, you have to have watched WandaVision in order to get the full Wanda as the villain experience.
But even that, like in the series, she only gets these kids toward the end. So it's not even that big of a payoff. It's really not. It's like not even that much of she's had these kids for her whole life. She just sort of manifested the kids.
Yeah. But it's the thing. It's like we can see what I get kind of to some degree why she cares and why she's like, this is the manifestation.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah.
We don't care. Like, there's a level of like in Infinity War where I was like, oh shit, there's stakes.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there's stakes in this.
No stakes.
There's no stakes. Here's some reviews.
Yeah, okay,
because this seems to be like a big thing that comes up in the negative reviews of this movie. Which, by the way, I just talked about this in the last episode. Rotten Tomatoes. This is a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
This has an 85% audience score.
Does that bother you a little
Yeah.
bit? Like about like how this I don't know if this is true.
Something's wrong.
Something's
this movie
wrong.
is barely a 3. This is
Yeah.
almost a 2.5. I might. You know what? I'm just going to say it's a 2.5.
Yeah.
This movie is not that good. It's
Yeah.
barely fine. This is some negative reviews. Joanna Schneller of the Globe and Mail. There may be a universe in which I feel the barest thread of emotional connection to even one thing that happens during the 126 minutes of loud, smeary nonsense that is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But I doubt it.
That's the Globe?
That's the Globe and Mail.
The Globe and
and the Mail.
Oh, Globe and the Mail.
Combo. Big combo there.
Global Mail.
The Globe and the Mail both hated it.
Yeah.
Oliver Jones from Observer. Every good magician knows that the real trick is making the audience care. For all of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness' mind-bending universe jumping, that particular magic never manages to arrive in the theater.
Yeah.
Now, it's weird that you're making a lot of magic metaphors in this when Doctor Strange is barely about him being a magician.
Yeah.
But I get where you're coming from. You're right. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I don't care.
No.
I don't find a reason to care about Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I can't.
I can't. Here's some good reviews. What do you think about these good reviews?
Okay.
This is Hannah Flint of Time Out. Sure, Raimi's latest Marvel entry is a theme park ride, lighter on character development and heavier on gnarly shit that may signal a shift into darker, more deranged phase of superhero storytelling, but it's one hell of a ride. Is it a hell of a ride, Kyle?
It's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's a really long ride to be on,
This movie didn't need to be 2 hours.
No, it didn't need to be.
I know most Marvel movies are about 2 hours now. This didn't need to be 2 hours. This could have been an hour and a half.
I think I was talking to your producer. I was like, maybe hour 10, hour 15.
Oh, I would love to see a 75-minute cut of this. Because there's, you know what? There's all of this bullshit that happens with like the multiverse jumping and some of the stuff.
That wasn't even like a big part. I feel like that was like sort of like that didn't even matter. Like, I know it was like, that's like the plot of the movies that they're trying to get, but I didn't see a lot of the multiverse.
It's barely any of it in there.
Yeah.
And we also have this level of sort of indiscriminate killing that happens because it's a multiverse that we don't care about. Like,
that makes a lot. Yeah.
There's the Illuminati when they show up.
Yeah.
They all get murdered horrifically by Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Dude, our boy Professor X gets his fucking head explode. He gets his neck snapped on camera. And I didn't feel a thing.
No.
Because I was just like, oh yeah, I guess we don't care about this guy. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you, pal. It's gnarly, but it's like there's nothing to it other than just shock.
Yeah.
But it's not even shocking. That's the other thing.
It's just gore.
And it's not even gore, though, because it's PG-13.
It's PG-13 gore.
Show me, I want to see like Mortal Kombat style fatalities happening.
Yeah.
Rip
Yeah.
Professor X's head and have his spinal cord dangling.
Finish him. Yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah, I want to finish him. Let's see him walk again, and then let's make him not walk.
Make him not walk.
Yeah.
Rip his legs off and beat him to death with his own legs.
Yeah.
You can do it. Rip him out of the PT Cruiser. Get the jaws of life.
So fun. Now, did you see everything everywhere all at once?
I've seen it twice.
Yeah. And
I saw that movie.
that might be why
It's incredible.
This movie is extra. It's not doing it for me because that came out right at the same. I know that a lot of people are saying this.
Yeah, it came out like a little bit before. What did you feel when you left the theater seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I felt emotional. I felt like I felt like I wanted to see it immediately again. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was like a great story. And it tackled the theme. It tackled the idea of like multiverse very well.
Yep.
And it had a lot of thought and character,
Yeah.
and it just and then this is just
What you're telling me is it had all the stuff that Doctor Strange did not have.
did not have.
But we care about the people in Everything Everywhere All at Once because they're people.
Yeah.
They're not cartoon characters.
Yeah.
They're not cardboard cutouts. They're not snark machines.
Yeah.
They're not
Snark machines.
They're
I
not
feel like you
Tony
could play.
Snark. How about that, huh?
I feel like you could play a Tony Stark, or maybe a Doctor Strange.
I would do that for the money,
Yeah,
but I would probably.
you have the wit of a Doctor Strange. I feel like you have the
I don't know
you
whether
have
to be
the quips.
insulted by that.
No, you have the quips. I'm telling you, you have the quips
I'm
of a
the
Doctor
king of
Strange.
quips.
You're the king of quips.
I mean, I love a quip.
You're a good quip guy.
I got some quips.
Yeah.
Quips on deck. But you know what it is? It's organic.
Yeah,
Because Doctor Strange feels forced.
yeah, it is.
Benedict Cumberbatch
Phoning it in.
phoning it in.
Yeah, a lot of the movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the movie. He's just like, I don't even know what I'm saying.
It feels so weird watching this movie get a lot of people being, 85% audience score? What the fuck?
They're cooking that.
What are y'all doing?
They're cooking that.
This is David Fear of the Rolling Stone. What Raimi has done with his contribution, however, is construct not another roller coaster, but one hell of a haunted house, one fueled by an abundance of eccentric creativity, imagination, and finely honed chops. The methods he employs to his madness are what make this movie stick out in this or any other universe. That review feels like it was written by a Marvel Universe writer.
Yeah.
That's how fucking clever they're trying to be.
Yeah.
The methods he employs to his madness, in capital M, are what makes this movie stick out in this or any other universe. You kidding me? Just because Sam Raimi put in, that's from Rolling Stone. David Fear of Rolling Stone. David Stone of Rolling Fear. Rolling Fear magazine. I would totally subscribe to that magazine, by the way.
Yeah. Rolling Fear.
If this movie, this has got to be like, okay, if you're gonna do a horror movie, you got one of the best horror directors of all time, and you're not gonna let him make it R-rated. You're fucking up.
Well, why did he
Making a goof.
Why did he do it? I mean, did you think he shot extra scenes and then they just like were like, no, you can't put these in there?
He was the second director to come in.
Oh yeah.
Originally, Scott Derrickson was supposed to do it again.
I see.
And then he and his writer, C. Robert Cargill, they had some sort of creative differences.
Yeah.
And they left the production. So they brought in Sam Raimi, brought in the big guns.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi showed up and did this. And I feel like he did the best with what he had. I do truly feel like he did the best with what he had. I don't feel like the problems of this movie are Sam Raimi's problems.
Yeah. There was some things that I was reading about that there was probably a lot of reshoots that happened with this movie.
Guarantee there's a lot of reshoots that happen in this movie.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you change directors mid-course.
Yeah.
And I feel like that Sam Raimi did the best with what he had, and he really tried. And unfortunately, this is a movie that, like, there's a ceiling of how good this movie was going to be. And because there's, like, some elements dragging it down, it's not going to hit the ceiling.
No. Yeah. Yeah. And, but you know what they did? I watched the entire thing. So that's good.
I mean, I only watched the entire thing because I had to.
Because I recommended that we talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
I'm sorry.
I will forgive you, and I will forgive Sam Raimi, and I will continue to watch his work.
Yeah.
I will go see more stuff. I love Evil Dead 2. I love...
I mean, you like the Spider-Man movies.
I loved Spider-Man 1 and 2. I mean, Spider-Man 3 is... I don't know if Spider-Man 3 is better than this, but you know what? Spider-Man 3... Here's the big difference, okay? Spider-Man 3 at least takes big... crazy choices are made in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And in this movie, it feels like, because it's MCU, Sam Raimi really wanted to try and make those big, crazy choices. And they're like, no, come back. Come back, pal.
Yeah, to the formula.
Come back.
Yeah.
We do a movie like this now.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
That's tough. They sort of branded themselves on this very specific type of movie, and now that they can't do it. They really you can't make something creative in the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore.
I also just realized something. I forgot about Black Bolt as a character.
Oh my god. She just like took away his mouth.
You took away his mouth.
And then he fucking.
And his whole premise of his character is this is really, we're scraping at straws here. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel for Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Hey, what about a guy who's got a tuning fork for a headpiece and he's just loud? What about if he's so loud he can vaporize you with his voice? So he has to whisper all the time.
That's so funny.
That's probably why they got John Krasinski. They got John Krasinski to be like, we can't have the loud guy.
Yeah.
That's a Quiet Place reference.
It's a client. Oh,
They get rid of his mouth, Quiet Place, and they explode him. It's bad. Anyway, let's stop talking about this movie.
I can't. I can't stop talking about how bad this movie is.
I'm going to shoot you into another multiverse where you can stop talking about it.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Kyle,
Jay.
where in the world can people find you? If they want to, what multiverse on the internet have you sent yourself to? If they want to find your stuff and be like, hey, this is good.
Oh, well, I'm mostly in the Instagram space. I'm mostly on Instagram at Kyle A. Lehner. Lehner.
Lehner. Lehner.
Yeah.
Lehner. Kyle A. Lehner.
I'm like not super into. I'm like sort of green in show business, and I'm like, do I have a stage name? Do I change my name?
Nah.
No.
No.
You don't think so?
Melanie doesn't think so. I don't think so. If you're listening and you think Kyle's wrong, tell him, but I don't think so.
I'm thinking of having like one like Ryan. Might have one like cable guy.
Oh, Ryan the cable viewer?
Yeah, might have one like that.
What would you do?
Kyle the cable. No, I can't. Lehner's fine.
Keep it.
Keep it Lehner.
Keep it Lehner.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it Lehner. Keep it Lehner.
You could do what Lynn Molly does and spell it Laner.
Yeah, just like phonetically so people don't get tripped up.
Yeah.
Because that's like the question I get before every show is like, how do you say your last name?
That's the easy part about my name is nobody ever asks how you pronounce it.
Yeah. It's just light.
People do it jokingly
Yeah.
when they're like, so how do I?
Wait, really?
Sometimes.
That's a weird joke.
Yeah,
It's a weird joke to make.
it is. But you know what? I go along with it because I have an easy to pronounce last name. I'm blessed.
I feel blessed. Thank you for having me today.
Dude, thanks for being on.
Yeah.
You can find me at Diet J on
Yeah,
Blockbusting.
where can we find you?
Blockbusting Pod
Yeah.
on all of the social medias for the podcast.
How do you pronounce busting?
Blockbusting.
Busting. Boosting.
Blockbusting.
Busting.
Busting.
Can I get another water on my way out?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cool, yeah.
Do you want? I could just pour. No, I'm gonna finish this water.
That's okay.
Blockbusting Pod on all the socials. Patreon.com/blockbusting if you want to subscribe to Patreon and get some access to bonus content. I just put some more new movies up there and some TV shows, so you should get it. It's $5 a month or $1 a month if you want to just say, hey, I like what you do. Here's some bonus content. Here's some stuff for support, and maybe I can start paying my staff. Well, by the time we get to this, unfortunately, Melanie will no longer be employed under the internship banner, but
I see.
Pay for people like Melanie to exist.
Yeah, come on.
All right. And this is where I leave you now, Kyle. Thanks again for doing the show.
Thanks, Jay.
This has been Blockbusting. Go see something good for a change.
Yeah.